Is Sergio Ramos's contract renewal at Real Madrid past the point of no return? It seems, Ali Moreno, that every time it comes to contract negotiations and renewal for Sergio Ramos, we have this whole rigmarole between the player and the club. And then in the end, they smooth out all their differences and Ramos stays at Real Madrid. But do you think that the outcome could be different this time?
I don't think so. I think this is still very much like we have seen in the past, where there's a lot of posturing, a lot of sort of kind of pushing and shoving and rumors through the media. And he said this, that guy said that, the brother said this, and then the club said that. But there hasn't been any real confirmation. And if indeed the rupture and the distance between Sergio Ramos and the club was so huge, then I think by now we probably would have found that this wasn't going to happen. When you have flirting and flirting and flirting and flirting, and I hate you but I love you, and I love you but I hate you, in the end you end up coming back together, even if it's for a short period of time, even if it is for a moment of thinking, you know what, we're going to get just the best of him for the next, I don't know, next year or so. That's it. And maybe that's as good as you're going to get from Sergio Ramos right now. And I think it's in the best interest of Real Madrid that this doesn't extend too far down the road. You want this breakup to be amicable, but even if it isn't amicable, at some point Real Madrid has to start thinking about the future. And Sergio Ramos is not getting any younger. That transition needs to happen quick. And maybe a year down the road, it gives you enough time for Real Madrid to truly put a plan together.
Because obviously, and as you're saying, you've got to think about the future. So many names have come up, and one of the main names that we are seeing is David Alaba, younger than Sergio Ramos. He's actually said he will be going from Bayern at the end of the season. He said he's not sure where he's going yet. Do you think that with his versatility and the leadership skills that he has, he would be a good replacement?
He would be, but again, if you're bringing Sergio Ramos back, then David Alaba may not be available to you a year down the road. And so this plan has to be done very carefully and put together very carefully. It's also very difficult to get rid of a club legend. And how do you go about doing that? We just see Barcelona this year, the whole Luis Suarez chaos, that he walks out the back door. Now he's leading the league in goals scored. And what that creates and how that reflects so very poorly on Ronald Koeman and Barcelona. Well, I think Real Madrid would do very well in understanding, okay, all right, this guy's a club legend, let's not fight that. But how do we go about creating a pathway by which this guy can play his last season with Real Madrid? We all love him, we all appreciate him, we all cherish him. And then we have a place that is going to slide right in as he walks out the front door and everybody sort of pays their respects to Sergio Ramos. There's a way to do this, but it's tricky and it's nuanced, and it takes a little bit of maneuvering and massage and how you go about doing this. Real Madrid has to be very careful. But while you're being careful with Sergio Ramos, you have to know what comes next. And what comes next, maybe Koulibaly, maybe Koundé, maybe David Alaba, whatever those options are, you have to have those available to you right away, so that as soon as Sergio Ramos steps out the door, this guy comes right in and fits right into your plans for the future.
You threw a number of names out there, and obviously when it comes to a position like this and a player that could be leaving, many of these names do come up. But are you saying that the 34-year-old Sergio Ramos is actually at this moment still the best option for Real Madrid?
For Real Madrid, in Real Madrid, currently, yes, as opposed to what could be an option coming from the outside in. Real Madrid without Sergio Ramos is difficult to picture, but it's going to happen. At some point, it's going to happen. And I think right now, you're already behind the curve at your Real Madrid. Somehow you got to find a way of jumping ahead of the curve, lay the red carpet out for Sergio Ramos. He walks through that red carpet and just keep it there so that then the other guy walks in through that front door. That sort of sliding door situation that needs to happen for Real Madrid is not easy to do, and certainly in the current circumstances that we are, because you're going to have to spend a lot of money. Do Real Madrid even have that kind of money to spend? And do they have the decision-making ability to truly make this a smooth transition? I don't know that that's the answer, because we haven't seen that to be the answer in the past for both teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.